I am Larry Staley.
Thank you again for joining us on this beautiful Saturday morning, again with CKN Sports. I do want to remind you all that if you have great game plays or players that you want to get recognized, please feel free to email us at info@cknsports.com. We are always looking for your footage, so please email us.
Okay, and Butler continues to roll and win and remain at number one in the Sweet 16, and that is anchored by a few guys, also the entire team as always, because it is a team sport. But you have guys like Riley Ferguson playing quarterback, cornerback Tenai Staley, linebackers like Sean Wiggins, wide receivers like Uriah LeMay, and who we do have in the studio today, big-time linebacker Peter Columbine. Thank you for being in the studio. As always, we're just going to drill them with a few questions about the season and the success that they're having so far. Peter, just tell me about what seems to be working for you guys so far. I've seen the big win versus Mallard Creek, and now the big win versus Olympic, a real thrashing, over a 40-point win versus these guys. What's going well for you guys so far?
Our coach is really telling us not to be complacent, not to get happy, things like that. So we always we're hungry every play, even if we're up on you by 30, we still going to keep scoring.
Right. Talk a little bit about the defense. The defense usually is ahead of the offense at this time of the year, and it's really showing on you guys' end. I mean, we have a total combined 2 weeks, and nobody's put up over 21 points combined. What's going on with that defense, man? You guys are nasty.
Yeah, actually, that touchdown against Olympic, that was like the fourth quarter, so starting defense wasn't even in. But, our defense, we have a lot of great guys. We had 9 returning starters, so that really helped it out a lot.
Right. And another guy that people talk about on the defense is everybody is geared and running away from you, but they're also have their eyes on Sean Wiggins. Tell us a little bit about Sean Wiggins and also the lockdown cornerback that you have, Tenai Staley.
Sean Wiggins, he just takes great angles and he just lays the wood every time he hits you. And people don't know where to run the ball. We're on the same side, so they try to run away from us. But we have other great outside linebackers. And Isaac Stewart, the young linebacker, he's really good too. And then Tenai Staley, he just locks up. He has 2 picks in 2 games. People are still going to throw the ball to his side, and he's going to keep picking them off.
Right. I was there at that Mallard Creek game, and I seen the big-time wide receiver that they have, Mr. North, Tenai Staley, and the other defensive backs really did a number on him. Many people don't know the other defensive backs that you have. It's another guy that people might not know that's pretty good as well.
There's David Moore and there's Malachi Haynes. And David Moore, I think he just committed to Ball State University, and Malachi has a few offers himself. And Malachi's our safety. He's really good, hard hitter. He's out right now, but he'll be back. And then David Moore, lockdown corner, he just always covers guys, hustle players, really fast, runs like a 4.38. So we got athletes back there.
Speaking of commits, tell everybody out here where you have successfully committed to.
I'll be attending Stanford University next year.
Wonderful. Stanford University, which is also a big academic school. Peter, what's your favorite subject?
History.
History, and do you have a favorite teacher so far? I know you're about to start classes, but have you had a favorite teacher at Butler so far?
Mr. Hilborn, my geometry teacher, was a really good teacher.
Okay. All right. And going back to football, what is your pregame routine? I know some guys have a pregame routine. Some guys like to eat peanut butter and jelly, listen to the same 3 songs. The tape has to be a certain way. Same underwear every game. What is your game ritual?
I just like to listen to some chill music, hours before the kickoff. I don't want to get too much adrenaline thrown through my body, so by the time I get to the game, I can't play. And then, as kickoffs I see it closer, I'll play some louder music, just really start getting in the zone, thinking about the game. And at that point, it's just go out there and play. I change cleats a lot, I change gloves a lot. I'm not very superstitious about that, but I we just want to be relaxed until kickoff starts.
Right. And what's your favorite move firing off the defensive line? I seen you swim move. I seen you rip and go. What's your favorite move you think that the offensive linemen just have problems just stopping?
I think my windshield wiper removed, where I just wipe their hands off me.
Right.
That one really works good. They don't know how to stop.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, the continued success we hope for with the Bulldogs. We'll continue to follow you guys because we know it is a state championship or bust at Butler. So, like I said, we'll continue to follow you guys throughout the way, and hopefully you continue to win and you have great success. Thank you for being in the studio today, Peter.
No problem.
And now on to our sport news.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about our Carolina Panthers. Big preseason game this past week versus the New York Jets. We played well. Offense is still trying to pick it up a little bit, and our defense is still trying to put it all together, but we're going to get there. Defensive backs are getting better from last year, trying to make a few more plays, but they still need to just do a little bit better on the coverage. Cam is still being that constant force. Once we get Smitty going, we'll be okay. Jay Stewart and D'Angelo will always be the constant guys that they have been for the last few years. But I have us winning, 10 games or more this year, unlike last year, and have us going forward. What do you think?
I think the Panthers can do it. We have a lot of great players, so I'm definitely rooting for them.
Yeah, second-year coach Rivera, who's looking pretty good. Offensive coordinators calling good plays. Defensive coordinators doing a great job. I think it's just about us going out there and just making the plays and putting it all together. Greg Hardy's playing good. And the other linebackers as well. Our rookie linebacker, he's playing great. Also, Thomas Davis is back. What do you think about a guy tearing his ACL that many times and coming back and being able to do the things that he's doing?
All I gotta say is he has such a great body to be able to do all that.
Yeah.
It has to be tough.
Yeah, if we can keep him healthy for the year, along with Beeson and the rest of the defense, Gamble, we should be pretty good on defense, at least enough to hold teams under the higher point range where we can get our offense going, at least to put up, I say, over 20, 21 points. We should be good with a few wins and every now and then 30-point games. But if our defense can hold people under 24 points, I think we'll be okay. Okay,
well, let's go Panthers. Thank you for that. Now on to our high school. Butler, Mallett Creek, West Charlotte, West Mac, all of those teams had great games this past week.
As you can see, great clips by Rocky River. What a great game. 62-0 over West Mac. I mean, it was just an outstanding game. I mean, what do you call a 62-0 win? Is that a bashing, a thrashing? I mean, what is that?
Did the other team show up?
I mean, I don't know, but Rocky River is sure playing some ball. Their second win in a row. We'll continue to keep our eyes on Rocky River. Guys are playing great.
Wow, that's really wonderful. Hats off to you.
Yeah, and leading into our top 5 players in the county so far. Now, this may be subject to change because guys come into the fold and some guys fade out a little bit, but as of right now, these are still our top 5 players here in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg greater area. Watch this clip.
Everybody's wondering who the top 5 players are. Well, we have our top 5 players coming up right now.
Blake Porter, 6'4", 275, out of West Charlotte High School, offensive lineman. Not only does he smash people on the field, he does it in the classroom as well. 4.0 honors student. We love this guy. This guy goes both ways, offensive lineman and defensive lineman. This guy is going to be a big asset to the West Charlotte Lions this upcoming season. West Charlotte struggled a little bit last year, but has high hopes this year for a better record. Stay tuned and watch this guy, Blake Porter, for the At number 4, Brian Walker, an athletic cornerback out of Mallett Creek High School. The Mavericks love this guy and opponents hate this guy. He is a lockdown cornerback for the Mavericks. Do not line your wide receiver up against this guy because this guy will lock him down. Standing at 5'11", like I said, 175, this guy is ready. Catch this guy in action on Friday night. He is a sight to see. With Carolina leading his way in the school to pick, we shall see where he lands. At number 3, tough, mean, Lorenz Bryant out of Vance High School. The Vance Cougars love this guy as well, and he also goes both ways as Mr. Porter does. He is a linebacker and running back. Boy, will he hurt you. 6'3", 220. He is a mean machine. Just watch this guy in some of the plays he has. He has not only strength, he has intensity, and he has a fight and a will that I have not seen. Sitting at number 2, Big Peter Columbine, a commit to Stanford University. Boy, I know they're glad to get this guy. Standing at 6'4", 250, linebacker, Butler Bulldogs pride. You gotta love this guy. This guy is everywhere on the field. He brings strength, he brings power, he brings speed, he brings agility, and he also brings leadership. This guy is wonderful. He is everywhere on the field. Linemen hate this guy, quarterbacks hate this guy, wide receivers hate this guy, and running backs can't stand this guy. Just watch this guy. And at number 1, none only than Riley Ferguson, 6'2", 180, the gunslinger for the Butler Bulldogs. This guy's awesome. This guy's a pocket passer, and he also can run. He makes throws that I have not seen anyone make in the city so far. Not only is he number 1 on our board, he's ranked big time nationally. This guy's a big time player. This guy will be a main piece along with Peter Columbine and other wide receivers such as Channing Stribley, guys on defense like Sean Wiggins, to making this Butler team go for a state championship, which they have high hopes. It is state championship or bust. And the main piece we all feel of this part is Riley Ferguson. This guy can really sling it.
Tenai Staley with CKN Sports on location at East Mecklenburg. Behind me is actually Devin McDonald, top recruit for East Mecklenburg. I'm going to catch up with Devin in just a few seconds, so stay tuned. Tenai Staley here, back with CKN Sports. Actually joining me is Coach V. How long have you been coaching, and why do you coach track here at East Mecklenburg?
I've been coaching for 7 years. I've been coaching track here for the last 3. Track is one of the sports where you have a lot of students, a lot of student athletes that participate in other sports as well as track and field, and it kind of gives them an opportunity to improve in the other sports that they participate in, whether it be football or volleyball or basketball. But it also gives them an arena where, maybe some of them that aren't real good at some of the other sports, they have an opportunity to be good because there's so many different events in track. If you can run, if you can jump, if you can throw, there's a spot for you.
That's true. So what are some of the things that you do to prepare some of your athletes to get out there and do a good job?
One of the main things that we do a lot of stretching, a lot of conditioning to try to prevent injury. And then as the year goes on, we'll pick it up and get a little bit more specific to their events. So we'll do more of the speed work. We try to identify where their strengths are and put them in events where they can be the most successful.
Okay, now what are some of your encouraging words that you give to your athletes to stay focused? Because I know some of them, with any sport, you can get, think you're not doing a good job or anything like that. What are some things that you say to motivate them?
Well, all athletes are a little bit different. So some of the athletes, you kind of got to get up in their face a little bit and get on them. Some of them, you have to be very encouraging. Coaching guys and girls, it's a little different dynamic. So with the girls, you have to treat them a little bit differently. Some athletes, you need to be kind of their biggest cheerleader, and some of them you just need to sit off to the side and they approach you whenever they need words of advice or something.
That's true. So about the Olympics, does that kind of motivate some of your athletes? Do you all kind of watch films and things like that to try and get better?
I think as a track coach, track's not one of the sports that gets highlighted a whole lot. So anytime that the Olympics comes around and then you kind of hear the buzz, it's big for track. They get to see it on television, they get to watch it, they get to kind of look up to some of these athletes. I've heard, especially with some of the girls, talk more about the female sprinters who are very successful. They wouldn't have known their names. So it's going to be interesting to see how many new athletes that we get just because of the craze that comes around with the Olympics.
That's true. And kind of just really looking at the sport of track is running. So how important actually is running by itself? Just, the sport of running and getting that exercise?
Well, when you're dealing with track, it's as much technique, teaching them how to run the correct way. But as far as getting in shape, I don't know if there's much better activity that you can do. I know swimming is another one of those, but running, all sports for the most part, if you're running and you're conditioned enough to run, you're going to be successful.
That's true. Well, thank you, Coach B, for being with us today. I am Tenai Staley with CKN Sports. Thank you. All right, Devin McDonald, thank you for being with CKN Sports today. I see you out there doing your thing. Girl, how long have you actually been running?
I started running when I was in 8th grade, and I started running when I was in 8th grade, and I've been running for about 5 years now.
Nice. So do you have any inspiration behind running? Did any of your parents run or anything like that?
My dad ran, but mostly my inspiration is because that's what I do best, and so I bring inspiration when it comes to track with myself.
Okay, great. So let's see. Did you watch the Olympics this past season?
I did.
How did you like that? Did you have any people that you were actually looking at?
Well, anybody that ran for United States, I was always going for them. Even when it came to Usain Bolt, I'm always going to go for the United States.
Yeah.
I really liked Carmelita Jeter and Allison Felix, just because Allison Felix, so even though she's an Olympic runner, she still had like that great body form, or the great body, and she wasn't as managed as some other track runners can be.
So does the Olympics kind of give you motivation to kind of get there one day?
I know there's a slight chance that I'm going to make it to the Olympics, but it always is right there for me, knowing that that's the highest that I can go, to be able to say that I ran for my country and as a United States runner. So even out there just practicing right now, I'm still thinking about my goal, which is Rio 2016.
Got you. So I have a question. It's hot out here. The sun is actually booming on me right now. How do you have that mindset to get out here every day and, get out here and run and be focused?
Make sure you do not.
Because it's not only just for me, especially when you're doing an East Meck track, you're also doing it for East Meck. I have other girls on my track team that I'm running for because I run the relays, and so I know that if I don't do something now, then later in track season, I won't be as good.
Got you. So what is your favorite subject in school?
History. I'm not really I like school, but history is definitely my favorite subject of anything else.
Well, that's good. Stay in school. Are your parents very supportive of everything that you do?
Well,
how supportive are they?
I know that my parents are always behind me in everything that I do. They might not have run track as much as I did, but I know that even if I don't believe in myself, I always have my mom and my dad believing in me.
Yeah, family always comes first. There's definitely a big support system. Family is just crazy. So I have another question for you. Where do you see yourself in a couple of years? Are you going to college and trying to run for track there also?
Yes, I really want to go to college and run track, not only to stay in shape, but because it can lead to more scholarships and less money for my parents to pay. So I know that I will be going to college next year, hopefully. Well, I know I will.
That's good. Do you have any favorite teams or particular people in general that you like to team up with every year on the track? I've been running with the same girl, Janice Zenwa, for 2 years, and we've had our dynamic working. My freshman year, I think I had a really great team. Our 4x2 relay was pretty good. All of them have gone out to college now, so they've kind of left me. But I always have to have somebody on my track team that I know I can go talk to. I'm running for this person because they're on my relay too. So, do you have a routine that you do before every track meet? You listen to music? Do you eat a certain type of food? Drink a certain type of drink?
I like to drink Gatorade, and I'm a really big Gatorade drinker, and now I've started drinking Smart Water also. And also before every meet, I like to just sit on the bus and listen to music really loud. And I know it's probably not good for me, but I just like to get in the mode. I run best when I'm angry, so I don't really like when people. I'm not really the type of person to go and try to get angry, but sometimes I listen to music that will make me angry. And right before a track meet, I'm pretty antisocial. I don't really like to joke around because I think everything is pretty serious. So I don't like to talk to people. I don't like to do to socialize. I think inside myself.
Okay, sounds great. Let's see. Do you have any kind of friends that you kind of are glad that's on your team that you kind of team up with to kind of get better and kind of get better each year, kind of improve on your skills?
Well, I think our whole team has improved every single year. We always have different people on our team, so there's always somebody that I'm running for. And can you say the question one more time?
So far as your coach, how does your coach kind of help you improve on your skills and things like that?
Well, Coach Fonkin is not the most out there person. When we're out there running, he's not going to actually scream for you, but after you run, sometimes you kind of see a look in his eyes, like, yeah, I'm okay. And then you were pretty good. And then we also have another coach, Coach Valentine, that I've been running with, that I do hurdles with. And he's never the type of person that will say, like, oh, good job, but he always has something that you have to improve on. And it used to annoy me because I was thinking, I'm not doing my best, but he's not really going to say you did your best because you should already know that you did your best.
Well, that's a good thing. So what categories do you actually run in? What are your particular things?
I do the 100 hurdles, relays, the 4x1 and 4x2, the 100 meters, and the 200 meters.
Which one is your favorite?
That depends on the race. I really like to run the 100 because it's 13. We're less than 13 seconds on the track. It's it's the fastest race on the track that day. I also like to run relays. It depends on the year which relay I like. This year I really like the 4x2 because we were good, and I just like anything. I'm not really
not really particular.
About any race.
Well, that's good. Well, thank you, Devin McDonald, for being with us today. Look out for Devin on the track. She's coming for you. All right. You have a good day.
Thank you.
Wow, Devin seems so determined and focused. I wish her the best of luck in her future endeavors. She's such a great person.
Me too.
Thank you for that interview and having a chance to go out there and kind of visiting with her and kind of seeing what the other kind of sports do, track, and just kind of being in their shoes a little bit.
I always thought track was tough. I think you just have to have a mental state of no other for track. Just running around asphalt in a circle, it just beats me. Other than if you're playing basketball, you're actually trying to stop somebody, you're trying to get around somebody, putting the ball in the hoop. Different plays and schemes. Football, you're trying to defend somebody, you're trying to score a touchdown. Change the size of the field. This is you're just running. Running around the track at different speeds. But kudos to the track people out there because I think it takes a lot of a lot of athleticism, what more than people think to do this.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now I have the fun fact for you all today.
Right.
Did you know that over 30,000 people get hurt each year from workout equipment? And after I kind of read that fact, I kind of believe it because, I kind of work out myself a little bit. And just being in the weight room, it is, a lot of dangerous things such as the bench press and other things like that can fall on you and you can really get hurt. Yeah. Stay tuned next week for another session of CKN Sports. You don't want to miss what we have coming up. We have a lot coming up. So see you next week. Thank you.
Because it's time to get you in the game.